So today, maybe because at the same time, almost at the same time, our team will have Enneagram training very shortly. So today maybe, well, just not many people, but this is very good for us to make a few of the chit chat. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to get into the meeting. And I'm so happy to have, first of all, getting Herman from Vancouver to help us to do the logistics things and so these kind of things, which I'm not very good at. Yeah, thank you. And the most important part is I'm so happy to have Ronny here. Sorry, your surname is so difficult to pronounce.
No worries.
Yeah. So Ronny is well. Later, when I introduce him, I explain more. But it's really a pleasure to invite Ronny coming here over the cyberspace to chat with all of you. And also, I know some of you from Singapore, like Lillian and Chong from Vietnam, and a few. I believe some people were getting in later. And also, I see Angeline. Angeline is from Macau. Macau.
Good morning.
Good morning. Also our Circle of Excellence 1. Okay, so starting the chit chat for 1 or 2 minutes time. Now, I would like to explain to tell you the kind of initiative about this event, because it is a kind of a regular Saturday event. It's like a half-hour, very brief sharing about the opportunity during the crisis period. The crisis period actually starts from the Hong Kong side. Was because of the social unrest, and so we make a lot of people couldn't get into the physical location to meet with each other and share with each other. So here comes the Zoom, yeah. And starting from, but I believe when God closed one door, they open another door, because since it's already online, Zoom, so we can do everything, not just locally, Hong Kong, I mean, but also from every part of the world. So in the past few months, we have invited partners, leaders from Vietnam, from Penang, from Singapore, from Macau, Angeline, and also Taiwan, of course. So here today we have invited 5 million circle member, Ronny from Indonesia. Yeah. So this is a kind of initiative to share with you about how we see about the crisis, to make ourselves away from the panic state and try to see things in a positive way. That would be an opportunity side. So so you can see the PowerPoint, right? Let me get things here. So thank you very much for you to mute your audio, but I do want to see your face if you find it appropriate, so that we are not seeing the logo or black and white icon. Okay. All right. So at the end of the presentation, we would, if we have time, maybe we have a few minutes chat. If you have any questions or things you would like to share. Okay. So here you go. This is me. I've been in the newsing business for 25 years. And today I will share with you about why did I get into the opportunity and how I would see the opportunity. So you see the PowerPoint, right? You see the I was this one, not this one, huh? Okay. So at that time I was trained as an IT person. The reason why I got into the IT, because I thought at that time IT was back about 30 years ago. It was quite a new thing. And I always think if we want to grab the opportunity, we have to grab the things that definitely would happen in the future, yet not many people would see it yet. This is called opportunity. As everyone knows, this is already a Red Sea, Red Ocean, right? Okay, so I got into the IT industry, but after a few years time, I find out I've got another problem. The problem is no matter how great I did, it's just from one small gear to another bigger gear. It's just like no matter what I did, it's just like from small potato to bigger potato or even bigger potato. But anyway, on the back, you see the picture, Big Brother is watching you. What does that mean? That means there would be boss after boss. And I noticed at that time, to me, I'm a very crisis or risk adverse person. Of course, I would take risks, but I will take calculated risks. But I find out the risk of being employed, climbing up the corporate ladder, I still have to face office politics or economy change, and even a lot of things that out of my control, which makes me very shaky. And actually, starting from I start as being as a technical person, and I find out the technology change is really a source of risk. Okay, because I would my skill set would fade away, it would be obsolete. So that's why I changed to another global company, which is Dow Jones. I'm not sure whether you have heard of that. Go to the finance industry, which I believe finance industry would be more conservative. So my skill set life cycle would elongate a little bit. And then at the same time, I changed from really technical thing to the marketing side, which relates to people, because at that time at least, Hong Kong is basically it's a trading hub, I would say. Trading hub means they didn't do a lot of R&D. They didn't want to put a lot of investment in the long-term thing. It's just left hand come in, right hand come out, go out. So this is Hong Kong people, okay? So in Hong Kong, we find out, being as a marketing person could be a possible way to climb up the corporate ladder better, and also in the finance industry, so they pay me more, okay? But after that, I again changed to BT British Telecom. It's really a technical sales. So being a sales, I find out most of the CEO or top management, they came from two sides. One is from the finance side. This was Ronny's profession and also Angeline's profession. Another side, but to me, I'm not good at taking examination. I'm not good at crunching the number, these kind of things. So that's why I changed to the sales side, which I was not, and really I'm not suitable for this kind of selling stuff. I'm not really a salesperson because I'm not good at entertaining people, and even ultimately, one of the points that triggers me to look at other opportunities, especially new scheme, because I was stuck in the office politics. I was a person who doesn't want to deal with people that I don't want to deal with. I don't do entertainment, which is quite interesting for a salesperson. Although I've done the sales number, but I'm not that kind of people. So ultimately, I find out I really want to find out something that makes me feel safe. So today, I would like to share with you some kind of my personal journey, the kind of personal thought. So no matter whether you find new thing is your cup of tea or not, still that kind of thought, that kind of thinking area, hopefully can give you some hints for you prepare for your future. So this is I believe if you check the existing news, a lot of things talking about the oil crisis. Oil crisis in a sense not too expensive but too low. Okay, so low that it would be a negative value contract. And also there would be a lot of economic problems, things like that, which is people will call this is the black swan. That means we have never experienced and we have no idea how to deal with that. no matter we as an individual or as a corporate or as a global superpower like the United States or even China or Indonesia, Singapore, wherever in the world, they don't know how to deal with that. But that is what's happening right now. But think about the long-term thing. This is, I mean, the black swan is something in short term pop up. But talking about the trend thing, this would be another story. Oxford University and I believe a lot of intelligent researchers, futurists, they also believe that the employment market totally changed. The employed being employed, that kind of business model might have major change in the coming future. So a lot of people, if they want to go up to the take a good grade, go to the good university, and go to the good company, and then they can be happily living ever after. Then that would be a story in the fairy tale, no more. Okay, so that's why these are some of the articles recently I check up, McKinsey report, and check up the MERS, the Marsh. This is my insurance company. Actually, what I mean is I buy their insurance, so that they send me this report. Actually, this was the report on October 2018, and a lot of people already warned so many kinds of risk already there. But tell you or tell me, how many companies or how many individuals already addressing these kind of risk? Dropping productivity, loss of workforce during the pandemic, contract frustration, goodwill impact, or even the kind of cash flow problem. All these kind of things happening in, I mean, the kind of reports already list. But how many people already concerned that? Well, not many, right? Same as individual. So today I would like to share with you a few points that might help you to think about how to assess crisis or risk. Okay, but the bad thing is a lot of people overestimate the risk of taking risk, the so-called risk. Okay, risk is a sense that they go for unknown. If all known, this is not risk, right? But if we want to go to the growth mindset, to try something new, to expand ourselves, that definitely would involve risk, right? But people want to get into what they are doing as a habit. In the physics term, this is called moment of inertia. People just stick to the old way. Even they want to step outside. A lot of people will say, "Oh, why do you step outside? You are doing good. Why do you think differently? Why don't you come back to me to get into the same kind of behavior?" They are not doing bad to you. They have good intent because they want they prevent you from being hurt. But actually that happening, that kind of way of thinking would make them confined in a fixed mindset and fixed habit, and ultimately they being the crowd. Being mediocrity becomes their game. Okay, so today I would like to share with you what kind of risk we really need to address. I wouldn't say to take care, but address to see at that. First of all, is single point of failure. Have you checked whether your income, any part of your, in your income source, the income flow, which part is your single point of failure? I found out being employed, my boss is my single point of failure. Okay, and talking about your personal well-being, ultimately your immune system is your single point of failure. And talk about if you the relationship, if you have some people attach too much to their parents. So if the parents go, they go to the panic stage, or even to some kind of trauma or things like that. This is another single point of failure. Okay, so think about that. Another part is whether time is on your side. Okay, when the time goes, today we are talking about the business opportunity. So we think when the time goes by, whether your income will grow as time goes by. Basically, the income means how much contribution you can do to the world or to others. And also at the same time is whether your skill set, your core competence still sustainable when time goes by. Definitely, going back my IT time, IT technical skill definitely will go away. Okay, and even when my skill set during the Dow Jones or BT time, my major client is about the money broker. Right now, all the money exchange already auto matching. They don't need people to do the money brokerage, right? So the middleman already getting less and less. So think about whether you are in only being as a kind of replaceable person, especially during the technology thing. So I believe Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that book is very famous. But the main thing is I'm talking about whether you have the leverage point. If you are, or if your income source is basically is time exchange money, or if your income haven't got any leverage point, no matter leveraging on the system, leveraging on the people, leveraging other resources, if your income stream has no leverage, then it would be a very, very major risk. The risk is you are the major source of risk. Okay, so today I'm talking about, share with you about the opportunity that could address this kind of risk. So being as a Nu Skin distributor, I'm so proud to tell you Nu Skin is positioning herself as a world-leading business platform. It's not just a leading direct selling platform, it's a business platform. Think about today, no matter if you want to open a shop, well, you know the physical restriction right now, even especially in a lot of places, they got a lockdown, all shops have to close, you have to pay the rent. Anyway, this is overhead. You have to pay the payroll. This is a fixed, fixed overhead. So if we're talking about the online business, everybody going to the online, but do you have a logistics system at the back end? Do you have the online capacity to kind of invest in AI, things like that? Well, the main thing is, what are you going to delivering to the world? What kind of product you are doing? Have they got a lot of R&D, strong product to back up your business opportunity? So these are the things we need to concern. But Nu Skin have done all of these. So what we are going to do is we are just going to spread out that news and helping different people to leverage on that opportunity. So talk about the Nu Skin background. Okay. So the Nu Skin background is basically this. The main thing is this is not a new company. This is not a new company. 36 now. It's since 1984. So 36 years already have a track record. Plus, it is listed in the New York Stock Exchange since 1996. So don't believe me about the company background. And actually, I wouldn't touch too much about the company background because you can check with SFC. You can check with the online because it's all open, all public. So I believe this is a very, very good thing for you to get into. Okay, so talking about the revenue, 2.42 billion US dollar. To be honest, this is not small. To be honest, this is not big, but definitely this is not small. This is good enough for us to see so many people already put their pay the money to vote for the company's product, and at the same time, there would be big room for us to grow. So because we already cover 55 countries around the world, that means 55 countries. The business bureau, the health registration, the consumer protection organization, they take a chop and say this company is okay for 36 years history. Okay, so I believe this would be a good can give you some confidence about what this company is. Okay, and talking about the product, we are not just passing the minimum benchmark. Our company product already got a lot of awards. Just take the case like Euromonitor. This is a third-party, very authoritative researching company. They rank Nu Skin as a #1 beauty home beauty device. Not just Lumi Spa, but also not just this one, not just this Lumi Spa, but also the galvanic spa and different kind of product. So think about, we are not competing with the direct selling industry. We are competing with the whole world personal care, home care device platform. So we say this is the golden platform for us to leverage on. And actually, with this Lumi Spa, for the first launch, 3 months time, it already occupied the 25% market share in the whole world for the facial cleansing device. And another one coming up is called H-Lock Boost, going to be soft launch through our top leaders in the September. It should be so. Another wave will coming up again. So another thing is about the TR90. This is it was launched in, I can't recall exactly. Was it 2015, 2013? I can't remember exactly. So with TR90 launch 2013. From now, it's about 5 years, 6 years time. Still in the world, there is no another competition dare to claim the kind of slimming product that addressing your fat storage and fat burning, fat storage, and muscle building genes. Right now, still none of the product in the market can claim that, but we dare to do that. You can check in the physician desk reference. The physician will check it's a kind of reference book for the physician. So you see, this is a kind of the kind of level of the product that we are providing. And also through the trend, right now the trend is the social media, right? So we have a series of products which the price is ranging from $20 to $35 around that price range, to make people get easier to be able to share in the social media. So that's why we are leveraging on the power of social media. So we have this kind of product range as well. So the main thing talking about is, we are talking about whether we have a single point of failure, or whether we have we have an opportunity that is time being your friend. And the third thing is, most important thing is whether you can have leverage. And actually, direct selling, multi-level marketing is a kind of way for us to build the multiplication. This multiplication, I'm just using 5 as a multiplier to say every single person, if they believe on the product, if they want to get into the opportunity, once they get into the opportunity, they want to address the upcoming anti-aging market, yet they don't have a lot of people to talk to. Don't worry, you just need to get 5 persons who are really looking for opportunity to change their future. Especially during right now, a lot of people will be more open to receive a new thing or something, some kind of risk, so-called. They dare to step outside. Okay, just like taking 5%, you just talk to 5 persons. And what we are going to do is we are teaching them, we're helping them to ride on that opportunity. And then with 6 times of the multiplication, ultimately you build up 20,000 people. And 20,000 people, if they just monthly purchase for $1,000 or even $100, I take US dollar, and then your income, we pay 5% minimum. That means $100,000 per month. Would that be good if you have $100,000 per month? Or if you cut it half, $50,000 US, or even 10%, $1,000 US as a part-time income, helping you to get a better living? Would that be nice? A lot of people would have different people will have different kind of positioning. We have a solution for all of them. So the main thing is, to me, as a people from Hong Kong is a very small place, just 7 million population. But it would be quite difficult for me to get 20,000 people in a population for 7 million. Yet we have already opened 55 countries around the world. So that means we have a seamless global compensation plan that makes our multiplication, the base would be about more than 3 billion population. I know Indonesia has a lot of people. Okay, so that's why this is one of our partners recently got awarded. So you see the chart. This was his James last night's presentation sharing recognition by Nu Skin, and you can see his once he clicked the mind and leverage on the opportunity, the business growth as an exponential. That's the beauty part. So today I would like to share with I will share about the opportunity for Nu Skin. Yes, I would like to introduce another one of our friends, very close friend, very nice person who really got that exponential curve. And that person, Ronny, he was well, his background I let him tell you, but the main thing is he is also a very analytical person and very factual based and not very motivational, just like me. Okay, so normally people would think direct selling is has to be very motivational, a lot of connection, and very handsome. Well, he is handsome, okay, and very handsome, very beautiful, and these kind of things. Sorry, if you look at him, he is a typical professional accountant, auditor, just like when you go to the central business district, just pick up another person. Yet, with his background, he as a big four company as an auditor. Also, he is Indonesian. Yet he worked in New Zealand, and at the first time he encountered Nu Skin, said a big no to Nu Skin. So now I stop the sharing on the screen, and maybe Herman can help you help me to pin. I need to pin you as okay.
Yes, I set a spotlight video.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Herman. Yeah. Hi. So thank you very much.
Good
Ronny.
morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah. Ronny, can you share with us why did you say a big no to Nu Skin? Because I know a lot. It could be a typical professional first impression to Nu Skin. Can you share with me why you said a big no to Nu Skin at first, and ultimately you changed your mind?
Yes. Hi everyone. Good morning. I hope everybody is in good health and in a joyful spirit today. My name is Ronny from Jakarta. I'm a Chinese descendant. My whole life has been all about running and going after my career professionally. And I used to work for JP Morgan in Singapore, and then I worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers as an auditor before I moved to a global risk management solution, also for the same company. And when I met Nu Skin, I was actually invited by my wife's friend. She thought that I was someone who is quite entrepreneurial. So when I came and they explained the business, and I thought, no, this is not for me, because I don't think Nu Skin was a business. I mean, it's like they're selling skincare and stuff like that. So I told my wife, hey, don't think I want to do this. If you want to do it, you have my blessing, please go ahead. So she did try the product. She loved it within 2 weeks. And then she basically somehow tried to do the business, even went to US, and finally managed to trick me to go to US as well. And that's when I finally really understand what New Skin is all about. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, yeah, great, great. So can you share with me? So I know at the very beginning, the so-called starting New Skin was from Lenny, your wife. So during that
Yes.
time, had you done anything to support her or things like that?
Oh yes. Well, we fought. We had a lot of fight in the beginning. Um, because I mean, my wife was also an auditor working for the same company. And at the time, I was actually in the beginning of building my own business in New Zealand, in Auckland, New Zealand. And then when the opportunity came, she was, well, we actually were preparing for our firstborn baby. So at that year, everything changed a lot. We both quit our job from PricewaterhouseCoopers. We were preparing for our firstborn baby, and I was starting my own business. And it's like cutting down all of the income, the monthly income, which was very big at the time, and trying to rely on this new venture that I was having in Auckland, New Zealand. And things did not go well. Within 7 to 9 months, the business collapsed. My partner ran away and left a big sum of debt that we have to pay. So the next three years was very, very hard. So we actually went back into Indonesia, to Jakarta, when she started trying to sell New Skin. New Skin wasn't open at the time in Indonesia, so we had to get our products from New Zealand, from Singapore, from Malaysia, just to be able to sell the products and make a bit of money. So when New Skin came about in 2005, we were excited at the time, and we tried to do the business, and I thought I know how to do the business. And that's why we had a lot of fight, because Lani did learn about New Skin, how to do the business, that it is about people business. It's about meeting someone's need first, rather than selling a business concept, using that consultancy approach. So she learned all that. I did not learn all that. I thought business is just business. I thought business is just an opportunity, meeting people who wants to do the business. So we had a lot of fight because we had different information in terms of how the business was best done. So after 1 year, I got tired. I said, okay, you do what you need to do. I will do what I need to do. But finally, it was, I think, 2009 or 10. I think that was when we met you. I think we met in the Baltic cruise, in the
Yeah, the
cruise ship,
T-Billy
right?
cruise. Yeah.
Yeah, the Timber cruise. That was a time when the company launched the technology called Edge-lock technology, which they called the first genetic expression technology approach to anti-aging. And I am a reader. I read a lot of books, and I know that in the year 2000, the Time magazine said that the human genome was finally mapped. And then in 2009, I met a company who claimed that they've been able to use a similar or such technology to the extent to help people to be able to gain a healthier lifestyle, younger skin, with the technology that no company have been able to do. So I thought, wow, this is an opportunity. This is a big business opportunity, because if my wife asked me to sell skincare product, to sell supplementation, vitamins, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it. But if we are talking about selling technology that no other company has been able to own such technology, I'm in. So after that trip, Savio, 2009, so basically we started doing the business, and Damn, that was very, very hard for me. I mean, with a professional background to try to do a network marketing business. So yeah, so I had my difficulties before I finally found that there is a better way of doing the business rather than trying to use my conventional way of thinking to do this business, which is pretty much, which is a bit different from the way we professional people do our business.
Yeah, so in that case, you have done a lot of unlearning, de-learning.
Oh yes, a lot. You can bet on it. Yeah, a lot of unlearning, a lot of learning.
Right, right. So I would like to have one last question. Is as a professional, especially both you and Lenny are professional and working in a big global Big Four company. Even your previous real estate business went down, there should be a lot of various different kind of people would approach you because you are so entrepreneurial. So why did you, although Lenny start Nu Skin a little bit, why didn't you go for other venture? And because at that time, definitely no age lock yet, right? So ultimately, actually as a professional trained person, what you have seen in order to make that decision, so that as a kind of reference for the existing the people in a different part of the world, they also may be professional, yet they are heavily impacted by the COVID-19 virus.
Right. Okay. Actually, when we lost the business and we quit from our job, that was the time when a crisis actually hit our life. I did not own a real estate business, but I own a number of investment in real estate, and we actually lost everything. So we lost everything. We lost the income. We lost the assets. We lost everything. So basically, when we went back to Indonesia, to Jakarta, I had to live in my in-laws' home. So can you imagine me and my wife bringing a very young baby, no more money, no more income, basically stay at my parents-in-law home in Jakarta. And it's not that I did not try to do other business. I did try to do other business. I mean, I tried to stay away from Nu Skin as long as possible, okay? So I try a lot of things. But at the time, things were just not possible. I mean, business was just, I don't know, the doors were all shut, okay? Everything was closed. Somehow, the way was open for Nu Skin. The crisis is such that I do not, I mean, for my young baby's milk, we had to ask for money from the parents, from parents-in-law. I mean, that was very bad, okay?
Yeah.
So the crisis was there, and I had nothing else to turn to. I mean, I wasn't ready to get another job because getting paid in Jakarta is very, very low compared to getting paid in Auckland, New Zealand.
Definitely.
So, but I was ready to try. One thing is that I found that business was not easy. I mean, just one mistake in conventional business, I mean, that was just ready and can bankrupt you in a big way. Just one big silly mistake, okay? But one thing I know that I was really willing to work hard. I mean, in any way, I was just, that's all I had. I can work hard. So when all doors are closed, when I cannot do business, I wasn't willing to work for other people. And I thought, okay, then Nu Skin is the only avenue at the time. Nu Skin is the only way possible for me at the time. So Savio, I don't know if this applies to many of you or not, but during COVID-19, if there was no other way, what would you do to survive, to thrive, to come out from this situation as a champion? I mean, if there was no other way, would you just sit down and do nothing and keep delaying making decision? So finally, Savio, I mean, for me at that time, I had a very patient wife. I know you've met her. She's pretty much been able to um, help me to transition into new skin business. And the business was not easy. That is in such that, you know, when I try to find people, I find them right away. No, it wasn't like that. So one of the best opportunity that I had was I spoke to this person who said, no, they don't want new skin. And then he introduced me to the next person. And the next person said, no, no MLM, no network marketing. And he said, let me introduce you to this girl. And this girl said, no. And then she said, talk to my colleague. And then the colleague said, no. And then she introduced me to the next person. And until the sixth one was actually the one who was interested in doing the business. And from this sixth person, on a monthly basis, now I'm earning more than 50,000 US dollars just from this sixth person.
50,000 US dollars.
Business is not really hard. Just from this person, yes. So I found that this business is not really hard. But I guess unlearning what we used to learn or what we used to do is the hardest part. And again, in any crisis situation, we cannot just stay still and oh, actually, I'm very interested to what you were saying about calculated risk. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh, if I join this business, what if I don't get my money back? What if I fail? What if I cannot be successful? No, that's just the wrong focus.
Exactly.
As a business person, what we should be asking ourselves is, if I join this business, what is the best way for me to get my investment back? What is the fastest way for me to get my money back? What is the fastest way, or what is the best way to reduce my risk in terms of doing the business? Because if we say that there is no risk in doing business, we're not exactly 100% correct. I mean, it's like, I mean, in Hong Kong, are you allowed to go out to buy food and go to doctors and stuff like that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so of course people are allowed to go outside to do the essential stuff, right? Is there a risk that they might get infected by the coronavirus? The answer is yes. Every time that people go out of the room, go out of the house, there is a risk that they may catch a coronavirus. So the question is not about, hey, should I go out or not? What if I got caught with infected by the virus? No, that's the wrong question. The question is always about, if I need to buy food, what is the best way for me to reduce my risk being infected by the virus? So it is the same with the business, guys. I mean, what I can share to you is that if you make your decision today, it's not about whether there is a risk in doing a business. Of course, there is a risk in doing the business. But you got to ask the people who invite you to this business opportunity. Ask them the question, what is the best way for me to reduce my risk so that I can be successful in this business? I think that's the best way for people to handle this coronavirus situation anywhere in the world, Savio.
Yeah, thank you, Ronnie. Actually, I find out we are at the same frequency. We think in the same way. And actually, basically we see the bottom line, right? The worst scenario is just no. Maybe some people will think this is losing face or whatever, right? So, but ultimately, with your while you are there to taking that risk, I can see you have a pond behind you. I know you have already earned over 5 million US dollar, more than that, and you have helping 12 persons earning over 1 million US dollar in a country which is considered to be a poor country, Indonesia. And I noticed that I met some of your team leader, the Platinum TE in the cruise. They were just even as a doctor, still they cannot afford to pay their parents some basic needs. So you help them to change their
Correct.
life. So I think with New Skin, we all, no matter from an average person or from professional or even from a very high quality, very strong business leader, still they can leverage that opportunity to change their mind and change their views and change their business quotient and change the people's life in different parts of the world.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks again, Ronny.
Definitely.
Thanks again for your sharing.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, let me share a little bit more about my how to share my last few slides. Okay, so basically, with New Skin opportunity, I myself can travel different parts of the world and meeting type of quality people just like Ronny. And of course, the most important part is we have time and we have quality time with my family. So this is another one of the major key points. A lot of people get into the New Skin opportunity. And the worst scenario, let me share with you all, is with these pictures. Why? Because in 2006, we look like that. The kids just at very young stage. And with 2008, we start to have the slimming product. And in 2011, we have the age-lock product. And in 2014, our age-lock product keep using on us. The kids grow up. My daughter is now in the university, yet we look at least quite similar, quite same, right? So that's the worst scenario. The worst scenario is you stay young. The worst scenario is you stay healthy. And that's the worst scenario in doing New Skin. So, so this is your choice. Whether you keep staying in the screaming or you want to transform yourself to leverage to that opportunity to change your mindset. So coming up, we will have another session from our Kuala Lumpur leader from Hong Kong next the Saturday after next. And after that, we will have an English session from our Thailand leader, Modi, to help us to do another English session. So we have a lot of different kind of support and events to help we all to be able to leverage on that opportunity. Not to say that not just saying that New Skin has a very huge opportunity lying in front of us. So I strongly recommend all of you, whoever, to get to the people who invite you to this Zoom session, to ask him or her how to ride on this opportunity to change your future, to change your family future, to change your community future. Thank you very much again to all of your presence, and thank you, Ronny, again. Thank you, I know, Angeline, and thank you, Christopher. Thank you very much. Thanks again, Ronny. Thanks. Bye-bye.